recently. Give me 1 second, guys. Why is it not letting me do it? Hey guys, I've been gone for a minute from here. We're gonna start playing. This game, since it should be a love game that happens in an arcade. For February. Database system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. Okay. New profile number 237771. Economic bracket. Lower middle class. Lower middle. Employment category. Bleak. Current emotional health. Rating low. Ideal candidate for premium level assistance. Perceived negative. Premium level assistance required. Perceived negative. Pretty please. Negative. Overriding denial of assistance. Establishing premium service for profile number 237771. Justification. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now complying personal metadata. Oh. Cool. Hairstyle. Medium. Eye color. Where's good blue? Okay. Skin tone. Clothing. Color do I want? These are so many good colors. I think I really like. Do we send it with that, or do we send it with that? Let's send it with that. Why not? Done editing. Name. Is Kadir. Pronoun he. Is this correct? No, let's try again. Can I change my last name? What should we name last name be? What's a good last name? Ace Gray. Done editing. Ace Gray. Pronoun he. Is this correct? Yeah, that's correct. Premium level assistance for profile number 237771. Ace Gray has been activated for the sake of his hopes and dreams. The future year, finding essence, the dark era in which mankind pushed to the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, altering, sinister, I don't know, robots maybe? Evil robots? How's that? No, bro. The future year 20XX is pretty much what we'd expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, pro gamer celebs, internet trolls, personal assistants, AI, cheese-flavored snack foods, but with such wonders as 20XX holds up to date. I work as a dishwasher, shoe salesperson, and lifeguard for the local community. If you've been in one position for your whole life, that's interesting. I don't care what era of human history you live in. Kitties, food, and fuel is pretty much a consistent thing, or constant thing, trust me. As for the bustling of the Metropolis, a 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it isn't nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Ooh. Behold my quaint little apartment. It looks warm. Don't hate on it too much. Can't complain really, it's paradise. In a relative sense, I've only paid half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie pigs are beast. Any stray samples or sugar I leave for laying around. In fact, I seem to am living large compared to most of my family tree.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
The horrifying looking young woman there would be in my room and shower her friend Juniper. Juniper, the one who spearheaded this effort to co-rent an apartment. She is also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job. Look, you know, Drink it while you're more up. Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. I get upset. I said no. Because you actually enjoyed that job more than you enjoyed death washing soap and smelly socks, at the very least. I'm not the complaining sort. These things just happen. Things fall apart, the center does not hold. It's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean, the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever. I'll get another job, any job will do. As long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong, I saw how mopey and tired you were. Coming home every night from those other jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day. I sometimes cry a smile.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right?
Sometimes leaving is the best thing to do, but other times we can't run from the problems.
I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
Like her socks. Thought you hated your job.
Come on!
No deflecting, this is about you. Reminds me that we're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of the class, give a speech, and I forgot to answer. And your dream job? I don't know, Jennifer. I've never really given it any serious thought.
I got it!
Oh, hey, I think I got it. Just a thing to help you out. Jennifer pulls out her phone, rapidly tapping an unlock code onto the glass before pointing out a little pink icon. It's a virtual life project. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings, so we're free too. My cousin introduced me to it. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? It would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe it can point you at some good jobs. Ones with less socks and are wearing. I'll think about it. Okay. But don't think too long, right? In the end, I still installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting over me like that. Not that I find it annoying, I mean, it's more that she has enough trouble in her own life without troubling herself with my lifetime. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where we left home to try and start a new life, a better one. She deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart. She means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. Those are some good friends to have, the two of us, against any dark forces align against me. But that's not easy to say. She's good at being my advocate. Enthusiast, yes, but skilled. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but yeah. So the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't about to get her kidneys sold for black market or something. Still no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional reset button, right? Right? No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked in through the cracks, the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper has already left to catch a bus to her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she'd left a note for me, pinned to a tiny freebie share. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So moment of truth. Do I trust in Juniper's weird little app? Or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Give the weird little app a shot. Settle. Oh my god. For whatever I can find. You know what? Let's be a little crazy. Give the weird little app a shot. I've had friends recommend me apps, and I'll do them for a little bit. Maybe a couple of nights, and then forget about them. But give it a shot. Figured at the very least, a miracle app could possibly help me find a job. Load it up, got the icon, and
Hello!
see, that's what I mean. Anybody else would figure out over a cute girlfriend when I was phone? Me? I won't. Also, it's one of those new kind of freezing screens, so you know, not actually know the full weirdos in here. Very normal situation.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
At least the pink border outline is. Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach.
This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts? Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts. I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
to make right for the situation. Just slipping for picking up someone's feelings, but a badly timed joke may not win over the study responses are sincere, honest, and helpful. When you stop and think before speaking, your own steady thinking, but that might not take somebody's feelings into account. Responses are compassionate and empathetic and gentle in nature. They're careful with their feelings of others, but they're sometimes a bit wicked. Jessie responses go with your gut. Many are brash, bold, risk-taking, and exciting. Thank you. Your destiny. But it also must be informed with potential and adversity. Lastly, you can always be the basic. It's a balance and a mutual response. Safely moving the conversation along while learning more and taking over time. Of a personality profile for you based on your identity type, your own state. Maybe you'll be predominantly quirky, genius, friendly, genuinely steady, a mix of both choices. It's up to you. So what you're saying is I should always try to crack jokes or be super ghosty, never speak basically. I mean, being basic is not right.
Nope.
No, they're all useful in the right context. There are no bad choices. Consider what you could say and go with what feels right in the moment. Don't enforce it. Sure you could gamify your personality, but it's more fun to let it happen naturally, you know? Just be it. Now then, let's see my patent pending identify system action. How do you feel about that? Seriously? Hey, I never thought I was good at that. Just thought I could go for it. So, now that you've seen our identity identificators, in action, do you want to see that identificators like indicators like that so you can make an informed decision? Now I can hydrate them. Keep it a surprise, that way it doesn't influence your decision making. What would you so mysterious? Okay, I can do it. You'll always be able to respond. Basically, responses though. So you'll analyze and tackle your identifiers.
Good work.
You look at that, such a strong personality. Yeah, that's because I answered overwhelmingly. You asked me a single question. After the experiment said, hang on, explain. Didn't you say identify personality? Hey, I said you shouldn't. I'm not. I think in numbers, so I gotta identify a little. Anyway, try to show that achievements or achievers, as it can say, encourage activity. Okay, well, let's put the empty space on the left. Oh, I will also track
spirit, of course.
You can talk to ghosts. Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I am a ghost. That's
No, silly. I mean your spirit, your hopes and dreams, your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
all that fancy stuff. Seriously? Often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place. But if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating, well, that's a recipe for disaster. Putting out coworkers right from the day one, not finding out. Or am I looking for love and ready to start right out of the gate? You never get a second chance to know the person that you love. If I knew the right person, I'd put it off. How do I look to know this is the right choice? Or am I looking for the possibility of finding someone else? Let's get started. To finish analyzing your personality history, please authorize me to read your social media feed and personal information. That's it. I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of missing people. Sure, I can help you register.
Bad command or file name?
You're being sarcastic. Sorry, I haven't quite finished analyzing your personality. It turns out. Relax. I'll share your information with any third parties. This is strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Another wonderful Juniper recommendation here. Still, like the 17 self-help books on the shelf. Still, 18 times the charm, right?
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Analyzing. Please enjoy this recorded music. So, do I just stand here or...
Thank you. Thank you.
You hit the waiting up and identify your dream job and arrange your interview. 30 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes, some nicer than yours. Please. I don't think that's too much to ask. For your interview, say, you want to look the best. Well, you just... okay. How did you land on dream job in 2017? isn't nearly as upscale as that. This, well, it's strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 1900s, places where a random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight of a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist in a used bookstore called the Story, arcade, fast food joint, and a boarded up health spot once called Valentine's. Anyways,
Hey, listen!
two things now being created puzzle. Very like stupid piece of art. Desperate. But some of these businesses are acting like churches. I don't know anything about the West Virginia is as I don't have hoping to be the next iron ship. It doesn't shut down neutral. Arcade competition is fierce. They range from units to gold, sure. Using their weapons secure for the unfortunate weapons. No wonder Iris sees this as a dream. Video games aren't always this popular. Very interesting character. Back in the year 1908X, we nearly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as arcades terrified. Like hula hoops, no mainstream acceptance. For instance, Mario Crackers could have been a terrible game based on kids and that cute young visitor who game is completely quick and massively overproduced over the video games for years. Unfortunately, Hula has prevailed. That game was delayed until it could be developed properly, and the crash was averted. Prices only just improved. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like for people in the darkest time, yet everything left behind. The game was considered a music contest to prepare the kids for mission once it starts. Online, the internet is as popular as the Consider Iris was tasked with getting me a job. I'd enjoy and compete for more than a few months. This left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no. It's an interesting prospect, but I mean, you sure about this? You say you're 99% sure?
99.97%.
99.97% sure. Won't this be like a fair job though? Satisfying but short-lived. The arcade doesn't exactly look like a full circle. It's no deco place palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't sucked full into. 99.97% Fun fact, that data was so I remember billions of decades when I was a kid, I wondered what this stuff sounded like. I was, be sure to show me
My sources say yes.
Christmas. When I said 99.97% sure that's not so arbitrary number. I'm designed to be dead silly and whimsical, and life is deadly serious. My quarters made me into the personally fun of a database array that currently laser targeted and going in exactly what I needed. What makes you think that's gonna happen? Is the box. And a paper database of prompts from my family curse. We've always had some. Because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I think things ensure themselves. Does that mean you should either try or bring them out to protest? As often as life tends to crumble, I find some answers. What is my trying? That's what I was asking myself when I left the house this morning. What I want from them. I've been posting aimlessly for years. When things start running downhill for my family, I had to grow up fast, put aside sillinesses like wanting to be an astronaut and take what I could get. Nothing so I've got a shot at taking something a little better than what I usually get. I owe it to myself to try and be not just wait. So I opted to push on through those doors and see what waited for me on the other side. The air conditioner hits me like a breeze. The winds smelling of copper and chips. As it's early in the morning, it's not too packed with gamers, although it's so packed with games I probably have a hard time finding anyone. At once, I'm struck by something. And I actually recognize it as these games. Considering I haven't looked into an arcade in over a decade, it's probably not great. Lots of vintage stuff there. It looks like it really good. Although I don't recognize it with the stage lights and things. Maybe it's karaoke or dancing.
My sources say yes.
Check. That would be Showtime stage. A collaborative heavy industry concern and Progress Records in Germany. It's one of my favorite words. I recognize most of these people. Whoa. Is that seriously Mr. Murphy's Magic Maze? The one in the middle of this place is new. This will discomfort. Hybrid real-time strategy will beat it. It's actually near the not that near. It's been a staple of esports scene for the past 8 years. Two genres of those literally does last time I checked. Sorry ma'am, I was just talking to myself and having an overwhelmingly urge to complete my sentence. Thankfully, I don't think she even registered or she looks up from her seated behind the ticket device with each of us.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex. Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So, how can I help you, dear?
Flex is what you subflex. Is that when you subflex? Genie, my friend, said a good job at it. I've been in business for 6 years. Genie, so a magical space fairy or something that lives in my phone book to come here to find a job.
Hello!
Hello, I'm a magical space fairy, apparently. I have expected her to send me a pamphlet. Pretty impulsive for me to talk about fairies like that, but I took it in straight.
My, oh my!
Oh, hello. I'm not. They can do with technology these days. I really do marvel at amazing things. Although, I'd simply love to take a sledgehammer to those blasted video conferences that you keep on online. She said, with such a
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
What a great That's information I need to know. Yes. Hey, shall we just head to the office? Let I can do what I carry on here. I carry on here. That's rather nice, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't deal with constant news anyways. Eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out groups and groups. It takes weeks to open what you found, but in the end, done. She quirks an eyebrow? Well, now, that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what we're made of? This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway, past public restrooms, and into a door marked employees only. It's all my restraint. It takes all my restraint not to be bored. Extraneous atmosphere. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. I suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy. He's been sort of lately. Have a seat and we'll begin. As quirky as this place is, its owner may be, at least, I'm confident I can nail the media portion of this. Over proceedings, with interview for a dozen jobs. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs and I've done 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your favorite strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. That's fun. I don't know if I could do that. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but that is a weird question for a dishwasher. The point is, I'm confident. Very well.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be? If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Man, I heard you. Right, okay, maybe this won't be a typical jump anymore. No problem, go with the flow, this is. T-Rex, no doubt. Pterodactyls soaring through the skies. And Chrysalis, big dudes and droids. Pterodactyls soaring through the skies. I always wanted to be a bird, so... Wait, all dinosaurs are basically birds. Let me rephrase. I always wanted to be a flying bird. So, pterodactyl, swooping around, catching updrafts, singing way away from the others. Really? How exciting. Even if technically speaking, pterodactyls aren't dinosaurs.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack. If this was a favorite food question, I have this down easy. It's tacos. Always tacos, but snacks.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Pizza bagels. Say pizza bagels. When pizza's on bagels, you can have... Gosh, you... Come now, dear. I don't have all day. After giving it a good thought, though, how could I forget my favorite snack? Tacos are my favorite snack. Tasty apple with almond butter, whatever munchies look the depths of the vending machine. Tacos. Tacos are my favorites. Tacos, and only tacos. There is no other substance. I can see you are a person that knows exactly what they want. And how to get it. You know what they say? Follow the lead. Next question. Nothing I've been prepared for is how to plan for this. I brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Zombies? Who said zombies? Is this interview for real, or is this a dream? As I went into Francis's deadpan expression, I know she was 130% serious. Engineering, I keep myself, medical, and hand. And lawyers left to sue for malpractice. To be honest, I probably get medical, and hand. And lawyers left to sue for I'm sure I could do a pretty simple job. But seriously, I have to first aid class when I worked at previous jobs and CPR lessons. That's a great point. Doctors and nurses would be all exposed to assorted patient zeros and would be the first ones eaten. People with any medical knowledge would be in high demand and should be the difference between you and failure.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? The question is so simple and almost actually relevant to real thinking that takes me off guard. I told you, the magical space fairy, my phone sent me here.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex.
You said
Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again. Why are you here?
That's a good question. I don't think. To be honest, I have a better answer than a vague hope that maybe this time I won't visit. But that's just enough motivation to face each day. No more than that. And maybe I need to answer back her question. I need to actually think this through. It's a fun box. The box of fun. To be honest, I don't know. I'm looking for hope. I haven't had it lately. I don't dare take risks of this stuff. It's a fun box. The box of fun. I like having fun. Arcades are fun. And they say we should learn what we love and for living for, right? Well, when I was a kid, I went to arcades all the time. I remember having fun. It'd be nice to experience that. Not that I'd slack off and play games all day, but I'm a hard worker. In my last job, I was a lifeguard, serious business. Works for a TV show. Oh my, a rather serious occupation. And an unusual step from such both waters to land of make-believe. To enjoy this role, I was willing to take. Yes, ma'am. My roommates always drove and noticed me smiling after coming home from work, which makes Francis smile too. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but I'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life. Even here. Very well. I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. I think I'm sorry. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had. To be sure. And yet, felt perfect. It was about far more than just filling a slot on payroll. Francis leads me back to the arcade floor to introduce me to my duties. It only occurs to me now that I forgot to ask actually what duties this mystery job had. I'd accepted, fully involved. Frances gestures to the seat she was occupying previously, the stool behind the prize desk.
How marvelous!
Welcome to your new positions. Sitting here, you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I quit and sit for the console titles, rubber spheres, and tiny plastic toy cars. For prizes. It's such a relief. I've really been stretching myself thin lately, trying to fill it more since the position was vacant. You don't mind me asking, ma'am. Why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about so bored out of his mind that he felt like genuinely was 500 ticket flesh dollars down his own.
Oh, such a shame.
He wasn't cut out for this anymore. Grandson alone. I've no patience for such nonsense. Was your own grandson? That's a little harsh. I'm sorry the last person who worked this dice was your grandson. Anyway, everyone should be by soon. I'll hand up the book and all that administration documents. No, don't mind all this talking. If you don't mind all this talking, sir, yeah. So, be in the back office. Okay then. I adjusted my seating on the semi-comfortable stool, leaning against the desk beneath me. A wider array of cheap junk caught my attention. I could have lost hope, and then that this job with only slightly more engaging than being general dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be hoping his upteam toys that would become a stage of memories for years to come. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Maybe. Nope, just walked right on by me. His head buried in reading some sort of spreadsheet off his tablet. Was he here to play? Doesn't seem like the typical businessman on a break or unwashed nine-joint game. Professional, in fact. He's a snappy he's a snappy dresser, it seems. Most guys I know are content to toss on a shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in the arcade, he's short and white. Hold on a minute. What are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francis? Please speak to me, please. Hello, I'm Ace Gray. I'm new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. Relax this summer.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I wondered how long she'd have to work the desk. She got gusto for and all of his work on the floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems was her. So she explained the job to you, gave you the papers to sign. She said, you haven't been paying me this time. With a sigh, he rubs his forehead, feeling up.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so as you've no doubt guessed, we'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You look forward to it. You attend till 4. What the crap is
Seriously?
before? Arcade, the games, Patreons. You're the one running around putting out fires, sorting out problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need 2. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself. I'm typically busy in the back office making sure the whole thing doesn't fall into the ground. That's why Frances loves filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I'm not a people person, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out here. I'm in your corner at least. If things go south, you tap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. Gavin quickly passes me his business card. He apparently had a stack of them at the ready in his pocket. Go figure. His phone number is listed at the bottom. You ever worked at a high-pressure customer service job before? Shoe sales. Smelly socks? I have no idea. Right, well, you know how to keep your head high when a customer doesn't. I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around? You text Ashley. Or no, Naomi. In that order. You'll meet them soon.
I think not.
Football? Do not bug Francine. She's practically retired. Let her enjoy the retirement in peace. Understood? Relax, I got this. Just feeds me. Makes me strong. This isn't my first pony ride. You can rely on me. Relax, I got this. Stress feeds me. I hate stress. And crap solutions. Don't worry. I can manage the floor while you manage the business just fine.
Doubtful.
What remains to be seen. The last guy sitting on that stool was a slacker and an idiot. And even though he was family, Francine dropped him like a bad habit.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimming. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of now? Gavin says again. A stress release just, but his expression softens somewhat.
I take it Francine told you her theory, that this is more than just a job, more than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another.
My phone's on.
Me? I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, and you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mess with our merry misfits?
I'm still trying to figure out my role. Why so aggressive? I just got started here. No problem at all. I'm a model. You don't have any issues with me. I'm sorry. Gavin nods satisfied.
Thank you.
Thank you. I suppose that's a good starting point. We can go from there. Anyway, I need to go repair my paperwork. Technically, you shouldn't be working until we've closed. And we've crossed the I's and dotted the T's, but since I'm already sitting here, you'd rather I start now. That would be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit and work today anyway, it'll help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, we likely could use a hand in the workshop. A good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like a workshop is through that door there. The one next to the UFO catcher. The crane game, to use layman's terms. Satisfied for now. Gavin heads into the back, presumably to the office, to go crunch some numbers. If Francis is really taken in that back room, hopefully he's not going to crunch. He's going to crunch properly. My first co-worker ended up slightly less cool of a guy than I thought he'd be, but he's not a jerk, definitely. I get where he's coming from. Plus, I've known really blunt people before. It's easy to mistake them for jerks, especially at first glance. I figure I can give this guy an honest chance anyway. Although me, my next coworker, this Naomi that he mentioned. Although I could swear Francis and I were the only ones here until now. Double door also marked employees only, also with an atmosphere. Leads from the arcade floor to what feels like an industrial area. In a little room tucked away between the back offices and the Funplex front, I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in mythology. Girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away at what looks like an old tube style monitor. Wow, I didn't realize I had so many circuits. He hasn't noticed me when I come in. Too busy slaughtering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air of the cold ventilator shop. Excuse me? For lack of a better way to communicate. I was worried no matter what I did, she might, I don't know, run her fingers or thumbs or why she hit the ceiling or something. Fortunately, the trap's not quite Valentine's.
Ah! Oh. Hey, you know this room is for employees only.
She said, no,
Are you lost? Do you need something?
he's great.
Oh! Hi! I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops!
She's busy glancing at her phone and the nearby room. There are a huge stack of green notification messages. One thought comes to mind. I've actually seen her. I wonder if it was her until now she was totally focused on testing me. Yet I always assume like you're lucky nerds or fat middle-aged guys. No wonder I didn't notice her until now. She was totally focused on the testing. This room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated with the heavy doors closed behind me. I could barely hear them. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to the monitor, not even noticing me, I guess that's also nice. But when I first noticed this response, even when squinting to see the tiny components in the circuit board, even when laser focused, she was smiling.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
She's busy doing strange things with me.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with the monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
I didn't like that. I kind of What happened?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
There's a surprising using a pocket multimeter to check various connections.
Let me explain.
Compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing pose, so they have to be upright, even if that means an empty case. Japanese caddy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down well. I prefer American style. Ours have more room for her. She closes up the rear access panel, closing it with one of the many keys on her keyboard at her side. The keys ring that I had when I worked at the arcade. God, massive. Then steps back to a more of a there's genuine joy in that sound. Not just at a job well done, but at looking at the whole thing. Like, it's a fine score.
So beautiful.
Oh, I love the text of it. Style. Look at those sharp angles, the side art details, those drop down the mark. Does it work? The side, the points of the key features, strip across the top with the game title that's the mark. Over that wraps around the monitor, that's the better. I mean, you see it too, right? How beautiful and cohesive it all is. Working in harmony to give this game its own unique feel. Its own experience. As for me, look. Bunch of weird looking boxes below looks ugly. I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. So you're our resident game historian. I agree, it's beautiful in its own way. The way she stares lovingly at this, well, honestly, those boxy wood and circuits and vacuum tubes and stuff. I understand. It was made to be one whole thing, the art, the style, and of course the game itself. All of it part of the same experience. Everything about this game is the game. If you run it in an emulator or a game console instead, it's maybe nicer. Yeah, I guess I can see it. It's beautiful. Naomi lights up with joy, like a pinball machine, all twinkling and shining.
Woohoo!
Finally, so few people really understand the beauty of the classic arcade game, and someone I can talk to about this stuff is going to be great. Especially with Victor Gavin running the games. Gavin? What's wrong with Gavin?
I don't know.
Well, don't get me wrong, I can get along with him generally, but his whole attitude just,
Ugh.
well, he really cares about, all he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running no matter what. I just know if he had his way, he'd get the full price. Anyone needs money. Lane or complex and Sam, mark my word. That doesn't sound right. You seem easy enough to get along with him. What's more, Gavin gave me the full speech about protecting your engines. This looks like a pretty short quantity, a long-standing argument for me that I really shouldn't get involved with. Yeah, I have to work with both my own and so I'm not sure I should thought of it, but I kind of want to know. Too. That locked the boat through the air and kind of let her keep Get this is touchy, but if I'm going to work here, I think we should all be honest with each other. How else can? So I gotta know. Why do you think Gavin wants to destroy the arcade? He rises to Francis's ideas that these places are for dreams. He says he is. But he's willing to sacrifice way too much to keep the whole thing afloat, lead to hell, best intentions, etc. If he has his way, this place would be like Draco's palace. Nothing but ticket games and prize pictures. He thinks actual video games are too expensive, a waste of floor space, as I keep it removed from all if he had his way. I don't trust him. I don't trust him to do the right thing. But that's my problem, not yours, so those two are finicky as heck, and I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback. But thanks for helping me out, Reese. I think we're gonna do great. Just great. Happy to. Alright, stomach pain. Foods were packed, except I wasn't expecting actually working.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Now I'm talking. Now I'm just talking here. If you have pizza on a bagel. Hey, so any good restaurants in walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but no, not really. I mean, there's a cheap love sandwich place, but even if that stuff is super tasty, you don't want to go there. You need healthy. Yeah, I know. Wait, right here. She's up, scurrying back to her apple. She's back scurrying from her apple. Here you go. He pressed the box like in my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom. She learned them from back when they lived in Japan. Rachel pickles and all sorts of good things. Wait, when I first walked in as a stranger, she looked super uncomfortable. I asked her, what do you have? I can just get some nachos from the vending machine and go to the whole store and store like that. I booked over for the vending machine.
see ya.
See you afterwards. Bro, we just trying to get everyone off somebody. But then she was looking for an excuse to get some groceries instead. I'd say my only definitely fits in with Francis' ideals, but it's okay, she's got a love for these things that not her chose. Giving me her lunch? Me, a total stranger? That's a kindness I don't know about I deserve, but I appreciate all the same. So, bento box? I've only seen him as an animal. It's cute. It's not full. He has plenty of calories too. Armed with a box of healthy food, I retired to the employee lounge. Get my lunch. The rumor I had my bizarre job interview will suffice for food times. It's not much, a few folding chairs and a kitchenette, but it'll do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpack my loaded. Is that a pink flamingo? Incoherent screaming, coherent screaming. Incoherent screaming. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of terror before me. It's got 4 eyes. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. I was worried. I was scared. I scared the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
I nod my head slowly, although that could just be my muscle spasm. Don't be.
I'm Ashley.
Hey, Ashley. And I'm Ace.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
Alright, Pinky. You're Pinky in the brain? That's a fun flex. No. This is almost too much to take in. Gavin was a bit of a lot. Oh, he was off the scale. Cheerful. I've met some really intense people so far.
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Maybe. Me? Or no?
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex after all.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Like, an hour ago? Today? This morning, to be specific?
Oh, awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
I mean, it would have been way cooler if you were just some enamel worker with the chibi flamingo creature plastered on every wall that had to know more.
Let's see.
You could have stealthily maneuvered your way through all the games, sliding right up to the employee's only door. But how did you get the door?
Ooh.
Of course. You would have been putting the password on a piece of paper that fell from Gavin's pockets. You've got a big imagination. You searched your heart, decided the 4-digit number had to be intelligent.
Let's see.
Next, you need to lie and wait for the opportunity movement to put in that secret key code. Just to find it. It just keeps going and going. She's definitely passionate about this fictional submarine. Ashley's got quite the imagination. Is that how I come across to people? As a creepy trespasser? Ashley's wow. I'm just suitably impressed. A bit slightly terrified. She can just take an idea and run with it. Where she's running with it, I'm not even sure if she knows. And you know, he would have snuck out. I could have helped, but for Christ. Ashley finally realizes she's been babbling to herself for a good couple minutes. Oops. Sometimes I get swept into a good story. I mean, I gotta find some way to make this job more interesting. Is it really that here? No, not really. I just crave a different kind of excitement that beeps and boops, screaming children and broken machines. We're really painting the best picture here. Oh geez, I didn't mean to be a downer. I just wanted to move up in the book. I've got things to streams to fulfill. Cosplay. Cosplay? As we should switch topics, it's like she's a completely different person. Ashley's eyes light up and she's smiling. Yeah, you know, like dressing up as your favorite video game or TV character, I love it. It's so empowering to be able to make your own costume and wear it proudly. It's even better when people recognize what character you are. Empowering, really. Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart from birth.
Yes!
Definitely. Would you want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. Definitely you want to try. You definitely want to try? Got a favorite game character? I can help you make your first cosplay if you want. In fact, I made this one. I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo cosplay, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as flowers. So, Pinky is your creation? Intentional? Yep, looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay, doesn't it? I'd probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. If you're going for terrifying, then yes. I don't know heads from tails, but I can appreciate it. Probably stitch my hands together if I tried that. I'm all thumbs when it comes to that. Stuff like that, literally. If I can't get thread running between them, I'm pretty impressed with Naomi. What's going on about craftsmanship for games? Clearly you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Well, thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. I wear it around the Funplex to liven up the crowds, get people pumped to play some games, and the kids seem to enjoy it. Makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to pump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secrets between you and me. Ashley motions for me to come closer. She leans in, glancing around the room once and then talks in a hushed tone. I did repairs on Pinky overnight. I had her research the left arm, and I was giving her an old past drive to make sure it doesn't fall off. Huh? Limbs falling off sounds bad. Whoa. Oh, it is. Yesterday I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5, 6 max. Anyway, we were next to Showtime stage when she tugged on my arm and whoosh, off the arm came. The girl instantly started bawling. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
Hey now, I don't want that to happen again. I felt so bad. But hey, enough about me. What about you? So you're Carl's replacement? I guess so. And the new floor attendant, I attend to the floor is the thing I'm attending to when I'm not going into cardiac arrest. At least you're funnier than Carl, that's for sure. I can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I do have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. I assume you already met Francis, but have you had a chance to meet Gavin and Naomi yet? Yeah, I met them already. Although, it seems like they aren't too keen on each other, right? Ashley rolls her eyes and lets out a sigh. I wish they would hurry up and make out already. Yeah. What? Wait. What? Seriously? So, are they going out? But they always bicker like an old married couple. Classic anime cliche. The ones who fight always end up together. Whatever my word is. Consider them.
Beep beep.
Beep beep beep. Beep. Nice. What's that sound? Yeah, I set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go to the grindstone. But I didn't even get a chance to eat.
No!
That's no good. 8 sweets is calories. You eat up. I'll go watch the floor. In fact, how about I take over the ticket desk for the next shift? You can do my job and wander the floor a bit. Fair enough, thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down rice in the shape of a little heart. Wow, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impression of Ashley yet. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. I like her enthusiasm. So another heart. Ashley's got a lot going on in that head of hers. I just don't understand it at all. Seems like a nice girl, but I can't get on board with all her stories. I can't imagine I was living her life vicariously through fantasy. Anyway, with lunch in my belly and break time complete, the second half of my day has begun. Rolling to the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are headed out to their arcades of choice. With Ashley covering the dust, my job is to wander the floor looking. Her problems are potential problems are just making sure everyone's okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to clear my thoughts. Got off on the right foot with some of my coworkers and on the wrong foot with others. Mixed bag, I'd say. I need to make sure I get along with these people. They're going to be a part of my life, one way or another. And if Francis is willing to split her dancing while I'm friendly. Good check. No time for daydreaming. Think my spot. Let's see. Are there possible issues to work into? I should have time to get to all of them. But let's go to tackle first. Irritate customer in my new store. Person at the store. Just contract my job. A live crowd around showcase. In the air. That's me and my skin locals measure. Mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. I quickly rush all of 30 feet to the scene of the crime already in progress. Come on. Hurry up and finish your game. Do you work here? So you're behind the desk over there. Not to self. Ask Gavin for a name tag or something. Yes, I'm Ace, floor attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. I want this to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her breaths as the man curses up a loose state. Sir, there are children present. Please keep this here. No? You kick this fat piece off this game, and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figured I ought to hear the fat piece of side of the story before brushing to judgment. I tapped the player on the shoulder. Ooh, you. He hasn't even noticed me tapping. I tapped again, twice. Sir, there are other players waiting to give Mr. Mopey's magic maze a spin. Curiously, the player looks up at the game's marquee. Thank you, Naomi. Which simply reads, Mopey. And all the game's full name. Sure, I played it a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Mopey's Magical Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff. Yeah. A bit. Let's use the laser focus on the game and I can see why. It's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Ooh. Holy crap. That's a heck of a high score. Or as the other guy would probably put it. Oh wait, that's a high score. Excuse me? Right. Sir, can you please wrap up the game? Nope. I'll keep good pace here. Plenty of life stacked on par for getting close to the world record before the killing screen. Somehow the thick arcade jargon sounds classier when draped in his British accent, like watching some documentary program on the BBC. Yeah, but this is public arcade. Other folks want to play the game too. He finished clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. At first I think he's stepping away to end his game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he puts $3,000 in cash and pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to that movie where some dude pays another dude to sleep with his wife and they roll around in bed covered in money and covered what exactly? The cost of the game. The game itself. I've never seen this much raw cash in one place at any given time. It's not even in 20s. Dude's rolling Benjamins. One moment, please. Unfortunately, Iris already had my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact information provided. With trembling fingers, I key in. Customer wants to buy a movie for $3K. What do? What do? Okay, what do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we pay 200 for it. Plus parts. Yes, absolute yes. Sell that relic immediately. Okay then. Although, how's Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit. It also feels kind of weird to be taking advantage of this guy's lack of grasp on the real cost for older arcade machines. I know all this workplace drama is going to catch up to me at some point, but with this radio, a rando breathing down my neck, I gotta make a decision. The game was 200, but I'm not sure we should sell it. I'm not sure if we should sell this game. $3,000 sounds about right. It's yours. This game is $200. It's an older game and actually only costs about $200, but, well, it's part of the arcade, sir. Expect this apparent gazillionaire to protest at not getting his way. But he's not. You're right, this is Mr. Moby's home after all. Let's compromise. Pay you $1,000 American and own the game, but you keep it here. In return, I get to play as long as I want, providing nobody's already playing. That way I can keep chasing the sport with your arcade stays full. I'd hate to break up a loving family. I'd be relieved to hear that. Even Gavin may play me for passing up $2 grand. But I'd hate to make Naomi cry. How could I live with myself? Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we have been kind of ignoring that he exists. Man, what kind of arcade is this anyway? This. I'm going to Draco's Palace. Alright, bye dude. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi will cry. On the negative side, we just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
What a disagreeable fellow. As for the player, well, it goes right back to playing. Eating pellets, zapping ghost monsters, clearing mazes. With the crisis behind us, I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. He seems to care about more than just his game. Splashing around the cash, aren't we Mr. Moneybags? He seems to care more than just about his game. Take it from someone wallowing around in the lower tax brackets. The rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this guy did. He could have, but he let us keep the game. He just wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of money? Because of Funplex? It's a home and a family for the games, but for us? Maybe it's the best I set that rando out the door and play where this guy, so, you know what I mean? He's happy to talk, even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy.
Hey, Percy.
I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
My name's Ace Grade, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Mopey all day, huh?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a movie cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same.
That's
I need the atmosphere.
Arcades are kind of awesome. For the atmosphere. The beeps and boops.
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real world conditions. It's all about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play at my finest. Mm-hmm.
Naomi gets that. She keeps Moby in top condition. For the day, I eventually land my high score. What's the current world record? About 3.5 million. This guy has been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours, and he's still only about 72k into his game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and bladder. I just live a few extra life streams whenever I need to go pee. Also, he may be psychic. I feel like I should let him get back to his game, but burning questions? They burn with fire. How is it he can afford this game? Let's have a solid job. Good income? So you're gonna get your Moby dipped in gold? Or scores more important than anything else? You must have a solid job. If you don't mind me complimenting on it, that's a lot of money to just have on your person. What do you do for like this and that? He doesn't really seem to care to talk about his work. Not in a guarded way. It's just less interesting than his current posts. Maybe he's actually the head of the international diamond smuggling ring. They hide the stones inside arcade games. Day trading. Day trading. Stocks and bonds. Anybody can do it. If they have a head on it. A head for the numbers. It's really nothing important. Maybe he's a day trader.
Don't think so.
I don't feel people are defined by their work. I know the arcade is home to those who've made their passion into their work, but it's the passion that matters more. Are my passions the same as anyone? I look forward to learning yours as well. I'm not deep in the middle of I'm not deep in the middle of a game. I mean, he's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should lose my lead. I have to do a thing about he's seeing me next year. And another weird account, and a string of weird accounts. By the end, he sounded more like the high-score junkies you hear about in documentaries. Obsessed, driven, kind of strange. But that's not the impression I had of him from the beginning. He smiled when talking about not splitting up the arcade. There's something more going on here, but well, he's a Funplex regular. There will be plenty of time to learn more later. I've got work to do. Let's see what to handle next. Some cursing up a storm at the fist discomfort of a showtime stage. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which I'm surprised since the first half of my shift was completely and utterly solitude. The mornings at the arcade I worked at was awfully slow. I was in school when I worked that job, so I would assume there was a small group on the weekends, even the mornings, but there was never, not until later in the day. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy to see that people do come to the arcade, but that's quite crowd-based assembly. This has to be against some fire code or safety protocol or something, right? Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living, having an escape route in case of emergency is necessary. Time to clear the way and pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Euro pop tracks. It's an auditory flashback to 1980 times. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. devastating mass of people who surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current play. The game itself takes up the whole corner of the arcade, requiring a fair amount of space to action. Showtime stage is ultra modern arcade smash. It uses motion detection sensors hidden behind the colored spotlights to check dance poses accuracy and Scurrier's sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fevers? I had my dance fever shot at the doctor's office earlier this season. As the dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man moving up a decent backwards. Did you see that, Tio? I got my first 8 A's on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, dude, you're doing great. Remember last month you couldn't even pass that song? Totally impressive. I'm gonna keep practicing Monday, maybe even surpass you. Yeah, I hope you do. And when you do, you're gonna be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. As the next song starts, my eyes shift from the conversation to observe the gyration and interact. Limb movements coming from Showtime stage. I feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. Hey, it's a really catchy song. Can you blame me? I'm getting really into it, man. I feel a hand on my shoulder.
Care to dance?
How about you? Want to spotlight? Sure, I can learn as I go. Let's dance. Back when I was stomping around on my dance mat and games as a kid, they had arrows. I'm not sure I'd even know how to play this one, but it has caught my curiosity. From the previous episode conversation, this guy seems to know the ins and outs of this weird dancing game and is keen to teach. Before I commit to something down with my bad self, I think I should know a little more about exactly what that entails. Plus, I'm used to playing these games so less cheese, stomping on someone else's foot that way. This isn't like 11. How could I resist to ask guys such as yourself? You caught my eye the moment you walked up.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Maybe. Yes.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Taylor's the best. Greatest guy here. He's all sorts of, leader. Yeah.
Oh, please, I'm nothing really.
He looks directly into my eyes.
Nothing as special as you.
You're hitting very hard, I feel.
I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
It's just a silly game. Tio outreaches his arm to me, waiting for my hand to grab his. You know what? Except for being touched, might as well try. I couldn't care less. I was supposed to be working. As a kid, I remembered stomping around on dance mats. Why not try 20XX's hottest dance game? Watching those people on those dance mats at work. Some people are crazy. They would just do it for hours. And like, people actually did gather around them like this is portrayed. Even if I technically didn't want to play it, I thought I kept it. Let's do this. As I'm about to step up to the stage and an enormous shiver falls down my spine. I glance over and spot Ashley standing behind the ticket counter. I know I can't see her face behind the mask, but I can totally see she's glaring daggers at me. It's creeping me out. Well, on the second thought, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm the new floor attendant, please. Really? I haven't seen you around here though. What happened to the other guy? He's actually pretty good at Showtime stage, now that I think about it. He's out. I'm in. I'm currently year 0 of the floor attendant, East Virginia.
Hello there.
There ain't no regime. There should not be regimes. Jokes. Oh no. Well, it's an honor to meet you guys. I hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True, most of the time during these meetups, I tend to let everyone else play. I go around to make sure everybody is happy and having a blast. But what about your favorites? Tio shows. Just wants to make other people happy. That's all I need, boy. Which is all well and good, but I still need to deal with this crowd. How best to handle it. Hey, want to film a workplace safety video? We need to seriously talk about guns. Can you just first your fans to help me please? If you want to film it. Good. You can start by getting to know workplace safety gear. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you gotta break up the band. Unless you want to film one of those retro 1960X public service announcement videos where somebody just like dancing off the stage and oh yeah, guess we're kind of overdoing it with shaking hands with those. Hey, when the heat is on and the lights are shining, these things happen. I'll take it out. Lucky the song that was being played just finished. Tio jumps on the stage and cups his hands over his mouth. Hey, listen, we need to keep the area to the left of the stage. Hey, now you know the deal. We all have to be cool about fire safety. Safe's first base, so let's show him some respect. I see everyone turn around and glare at me. Great, now I'm going to be known as Part 2. Guess I've had worse reputations all the time. One time I had to close the boat because of that dirty bandage floating in the water. No one would talk to me for weeks. Hey, don't disappoint me. True. He's just doing her job. Reluctantly, the crowd reshuffles itself to a semi-orderly fashion. Everyone settles into a circular way of watching the game. Tio jumps down and comes back to me. I'm genuinely impressed with how Tio can capture his community's attention. They listen to him and have the most respect for him. Yeah, actually, much more.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey, you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
I'll think about it. As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Ace has spoken. So to walk away, ready for my next adventure, when I remember something I should do. I turn back to Tio. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Well, I feel nice and accomplished. I was able to uphold the safety of the arcade and make a new friend. I say that's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? With the business sorted out, it's time to leave Showtime stage. Let's see what's next to happen. Someone's cursing a storm at Fist of Discomfort. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade, where Fist of Discomfort is being played. Remember Iris telling me all about it earlier today while I was bored to death at the ticket desk. Fist of Discomfort, or FOD, is one of the most popular games in the esport circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for 6 years. One year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on Unreal and came back to win in the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million So how is it? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy, fun and action. Get your way down the top and bottom left. Clearing roads and missions to finally topple the enemy dojo. But that's the action part, the strategy part involves using special abilities. Purchase items and summons. After the sheer targets for the simplicity, the way the different game system interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summons, gold ninjas, control ninjas, skills, dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the role over by top gamers in such a way is fifth grade, but sure, okay. All of which is super interesting stuff, but right now, all I care about is dealing with the loud enough me playing the game. The closer I get, the louder the game gets. Most of these words that
What the
what the F is that? Was that? Not. No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be There's no way this even possible. Those hitboxes don't even net this game. Oh, net one. Get that. Oh, this is far from over. I saved up a little something extra for you. I've been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for. Oh, hey. Did I forget to mention that I bought an extra ultimate technique scroll for my dojo? Oops, might be. Wait, what? You haven't been farming? Okay. XP shared technique with good waves. 8 waves. 5 explosive death technique. What? How did you...
Oh, GG.
GG, father.
No one can defeat me, Queen Bee.
My dry eyes painfully blinking, making me realize I've been standing here watching intensely during that whole exchange. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but that didn't matter. I was completely sucked in. Couldn't tear my eyes away. It was like watching a train wreck. I mean, if the train was an arcade game, the wreck was the
Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Seems I don't even know how to begin to start to even consider how to respond to her question. I have to take a moment to reflect on this. From what I've somehow gathered, she goes by maybe the jacket she's wearing identifies her as a member of the L7 gaming arcade esports team, and she's the most direct, fierce person I've met all day. That says a lot considering what I've run into so far. It'll be fun. I'll find out. I saw rude though. So yeah. Pretty fun. No doubt. That level of second always gushing out. I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning. And it seems like she wins a lot. At least between herself and the others.
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet like. It's creepy.
She snaps her fingers to grab my attention.
So, are you gonna f***ing quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
From what I've seen, I know I couldn't beat a scrub, let alone a professional competitive player of this game. Nope. No thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play games while I'm working.
You? You work here?
Yes, me, and what's your job? Asking me? I'm actually pretending to work here. Yes, me, and what's your job? Right? I'm the new floor attendant. And if you're not careful with your snark, I can show you to the exit. Oh, you are sassy. And
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet.
How am I supposed to know who you are?
That was actually a weird tactic to have me introduce myself to her. I mean, I did technically just start working for 6 hours ago. It might take them time to issue me anything. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon. Ancient monastery where name pigs are forged. If that's clear. Now I think it's just like I'll talk to them. Silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. No problem. The game is gonna say.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Agro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
Thanks, bro. I figured that when you put your arms over your head, cheered and shouted, no one can defeat me.
Hey, I do not sound like that.
Maybe a little bit.
Well, maybe a little.
Hey, at least you can do it. Anyway, I'm one of the regulars around here. Besides, Kira and Tia. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. Oh great, now she's even making my job into a competition. I hope there isn't a betting pool too. You look like a smart kid. You seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? Nope. But they have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa!
Really? You've been living under a rock for the past decade? I would consider it small yet formidable apartment a rock? Yes. You sweet child. You're so innocent, Kira. Come let me show you the path to darkness that is living. Both of your traumatized me. I'm torn. On one hand, I'm curious. On the other hand, I'm slightly worried as to what I'm going to get myself into. Exposing myself freely to the horrors of the internet seems
Come on!
Promise is not going to hurt. QB grabs my arm and pulls me closer to this discomfort. Upon further inspection, I see the full furnished aisle of textures for you. You can't just unplug one of these cabinets into the internet, so there's a number of equivalent webcams and mics inside. That webcam there, the broadcast signal from my own personal PC back home, which then streams matches live to my fans. The chat room appears on my phone. Costs a bit to put everything all together, and it takes like half an hour to rig up and test each morning, but after doing this here for a couple years, it's easy peasy. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth on my clip-on, camera's damaged and paint job on me. Anyway, I prefer to stream from the complex than home. There's so much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with the console version of FOD. The crowds, the trash talk, the community. Wait, are you broadcasting live right now? Are we live right now?
Nope, no way.
No, that was part of my form matches. Got a pretty big tournament coming up, so I try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it's with a bunch of voters, as in FOD, for, as in, you know, watch me, losers. I get that idea, yes. Queen DC sees something out the corner of her eye and dances around on the floor. She gives a nod to someone hanging near the street light of the cabinet. My crew is starting to trickle in. We should be starting team practice soon. Wait, what time is it? At the tone, the time will be 2:25 p.m. Eastern.
Beep beep. What the?
I gotta go live and go live in 5 minutes. Listen, kid, I've been swallowed. We'll chat later, right? Sure. One thing, can you keep the swearing down at least a little? Got kids around here, and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Him? But for you, I'll keep it a PG-13 rating. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some butts out there that I need.
Later.
And with that, the wave, the twirl, and the twirl, she completely abandons me and returns to her recidivist comfort zone. Then fires up the broadcast rig and the shouting and my other swearing starts everywhere. I should probably get out of here before I accidentally end up on the street. Passion seems to run deep in this area. Everybody's spirit burning with passion for, well, various things, but hey, passion. She seems to like me, which will make my job easier in the long run. There's a huge FOD community in this arcade, despite being a tiny strip mall joint. Good to know. The arcade is now at peace. My work here is, well, actually 2 more hours from closing time, so my work here isn't quite done, but you know. I'm so at peace, in fact, that I didn't even notice the underpass of the arcade side. Sliding on up behind.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat going. I've got a crappy phone plan, but my texts aren't free. Valid point. I'll look into it.
Impressive.
I'm impressed with how you handle yourself. I think you're going to work out just fine. Anyway, I prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it and make this working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah!
So you're staying? Please tell me you're staying. I fed you and everything. Francis hasn't fired me yet, right? Adorable nightmare joins the impromptu staff.
Ooh!
This is off to a great start. Here's to your first date, followed by many. Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream trip has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is anything though? Well, the fun plex is definitely plexifying. I told Francis I used to love going to arcades. Maybe I'm starting to feel that. I like that. My coworkers are a fun-loving bunch too. Presumably Valentine's spreadsheets fun above zone, so he comes to dream job? I don't know, maybe. But it's an absolute blast stuff. We've only got a few more hours to closing, and it's nice and fun. How about we game up there? Speak for yourself. I've still got paperwork. Oh, come on, don't act like that. Don't act like you don't know. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What? I don't know. I sneak in early each morning to play pinball. Pinball is so much fun. Or pinball wizard. That's crazy. Well, whatever. Bring ordered gifts. Pinball is the very expression of that. Yeah. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tournament. The girls are giggling, and I'm finding myself smiling right alongside them. All in, all, not that way to end the first.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
The look of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, and vaguely concerning.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
A birthday party. How old are the kids? It's her 5th birthday. Oh, to be 5 years old. Emily starts pulling at her hair, eyes wide and trying to run. Throwing ski balls overhead into the glass, jumping up and down on pinball machines, putting chewing gum in the coin slots. Going at my cousin, tearing off pieces of it. Actually, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. And the highest is 9.
Well, I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway. Have fun, dears.
Right. Battle station. I'll take ticket desk so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch for hardware damage. Peace, roaming duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They are coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble spelt beneath. Before it is seen, parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans. Is organizing kindergartners and suddenly pressing into the arcade before scattering everywhere, literally. Even before any of them can get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, mashing buttons, eager to get their game on, or even just pretend to be playing. The crew assumes battle stations. Naomi by the fragile pinball machine. Ashley near the door, trying to distance the incoming kids to greet them. Gavin, armed with pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens, quickly exchanged them with the dogs. Beats waiting in line at the change machines. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Tio's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kiddos, I guess. That's all very well and good, but I've got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty? Gavin said, looking for trouble. Gavin said, I mean, I was doing that before, but now the chaos has multiplied. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and each professional floor attendant is ready to attend it. Which one of these should I tackle first, though? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. Two kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near Naomi and Ashley, an angry dog shouting at a kid near Tio and Queen Bee, a little girl crying over her stolen tickets near Percy and Gavin. An angry dog shouting at a kid near Tio and Queen Bee. The sounds of hardship called me from the fast cars, 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now is not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on and stop. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the cracking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I did it!
I did. Admit it. I know you did. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in the game. You should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry. Children like you are absolute worst garbage. Man, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout. I had to check with all this. What's going on here? This jerk of a boy told my sweetest, beyond sweet Josh that he should put his tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his own allowance. I won't let some devilish child steal it from me. Let's take a moment to calm down. Before I say anything, I spot Queen Bee and Tio out the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Tio is burying his face in his hands. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to Showtime stage. Tio probably had a good vantage point the whole thing if he was dancing on stage. And just by the way, Queen Bee's bros are for I can tell something is not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself. consult Queen Bee about the situation. Since Queen Bee has been consumed by rage, I bet she knows what's really going on. Wait for her to join us. I attempt to reach out to her for guidance. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but I think
What the
Billy was no good piece of... Nope, not helping. This is, in fact, the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. The kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I try my best to defuse the situation. That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me. Pardon? How dare you? There is no way in getting a word in between these two. I sigh and resign myself to watch it play out. How dare I? How dare I? You are yelling at that kid. I don't care if he did what you put him or not. You've got no right to traumatize him over it. He's leaving you grow, and he'll grow up to be a no-good criminal. That still doesn't matter. Do you honestly think that take a second of your life and really think that shouting at a kid is an effective way to do this? You can't tell me how I should act. Who do you think you are? I'm the nemesis of evil doers, raiders of the rising star of L7 Gaming. Queen Bee poses at your trademark.
No one can defeat me, Queen.
In the name of Funplex, I'll punish you. Damn. I'll never, in all my years, you're far worse than that. Child, Josh, we're leaving this horrible case. Well, that's one way to do that. The woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her or her son anymore. And frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they're gone, Queen Bee turns her attention to
Come on!
people like that really, like, you know, my blood's still.
Oh, hey.
Oh, okay, thanks for that. Really didn't do much of anything. Yeah, well, I knew you had no bad thing. I can sense that you're like me. I can stand to see people. I can't stand to see people get screwed. Sucks, you know? Queen Bee's whole sort of changed from her normal upbeat smart to being completely down in the dumps. This is sad of her, it seemed. She just looks so sad. Alright. I know it's really none of my business, but I feel I should ask about this. Looks like the incident was over. Hey, everything right? It's okay, you can tell me. She pauses for a second before her normal smile comes back on her lips. Seriously? I'll be fine. I just don't like seeing about street kids like their future's nothing. Like they'll be worthless, stained on society. I had a lot of people tell me I could never be a professional gamer, that I should quit daydreaming, and I said, those people, don't let anyone tell you.
Hey,
But hey,
thanks.
thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Okay, shut it up. We should go check out the boy. I totally forgot, right? I always am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll need to try to squeeze in a few more matches before...
Later.
I'm not kidding. Queen Bee takes one more moment to try and really save his path back to twisted discomfort through the seas of children. After poking around a bit, he managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the floor. Sorry about all that. Are you going to be okay? I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came out of nowhere and dropped his token in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him. He just ran away. And then that woman approached you and started with me. Boy, no. Whipping his snotty nose on the shirt. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone. I don't think she's going to ever come back. Especially after the way Queen Bee blamed her. The William's cheeks still streaked with tears. Let's just smile on
Thank you.
Thank you. And tell the elder lady thank you for sticking up for me too. I nod and the boy scurries off and rejoices some of his other friends. Right, that's sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? Two kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near my home. Ashley, I can smell disaster in the wind, and it smells sweet. As in, I can smell that box of birthday cupcakes one of the parents left near the ticket desk, with kids screaming around it, scavenging for their favorite icing. At first, my inner child nearly offended that someone thought one of those icing cupcakes was superior to Ashley's birthday cake. But there are clearly larger issues at stake.
I want a chocolate! Don't take all the chocolates!
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
No fair! Everybody gets one, and mine's gotta be chocolates!
Of course, the kid at the front grabs the last.
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
Parents are paying attention. They're too busy complaining about their jobs and the weather and the PTA and stuff. Meanwhile, the first cupcake is thrown. Nobody is upset.
Ah! Stop it! Stop it!
I want chocolate!
As wobbly wads of icing and sponge cake go flying, I glance over to the corner of games, which are about to get caught. My only who's busy trying to unhand a joystick. One of the kids portal too hard looks up to see the cupcake onslaught are coming her way, as does Ashley, whose Fuzzy's costume is a nice and inviting target for flying confectionery. Act fast, please. If we try to save them, well, I don't think we will get them. The game, I feel like, can be cleaned up pretty easy with the costume of the perfect. So let's save the costume. Quickly, I throw myself into it. Get down. Numbness set in as multiple rounds of frosting coat mortar fire impact against me. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally ruined. Alas, my noble self-sacrifice should not save them. No, the game. The joust she was working on with me this morning got its controls splattered with icing, including sugary slime dumped right into the exposed joystick she was fixing. But Ashley's at my side and it's Ace. No, damn it. I'm just universe. Ashley, it's so close. I still Ace. I won't let you die on me. I'm not dying, the icing is just kind of cold and sticky and gross. It sounds like an awful texture. No, thank you. Oh, well, that's okay then. At this point, the vaccine. Parents have finally noticed the pastry wars and are busy rounding up the packets for various folders. Meanwhile, Naomi's near tears as she affixes an out-of-order sign to the screen with sticky tape. It feels like pulling a death shroud over it.
Aww!
Oh man, I just fixed this thing. I've got icing in my hair and my work apron. Back to a workshop, I guess. Wouldn't want to plug it back in like this. There might be an electrical shortage. Sorry, my body's not really wide enough to cover both of the properly. think your job contract covers cupcake defense, so you did more than you had to. I don't blame you. No, where's that down? Figuring it's the least I can do, I quickly help her move the game to the back room. Naomi follows to get cracking on repairs. They really got you good, didn't they?
What if?
Oh hey, I wonder if you have superpowers now. What? Well, most superpowers have some tragic accident in their backstory. One which gives them abilities beyond that of mortal man.
Let's see.
Young 8th grade. A shiftless and directionless, putting something cut down in his prime like a cupcake monster. Picks up the next day with the strength and speed of a cupcake. Wait, no, that doesn't work. No, instead he can summon cupcakes to do his bidding. He won't catch an apple. Together with an army of sugary delights, they fight crime. Come this fall, from Marvel Studios. Wait. Like it, greenlight it, and have Zack Snyder direct. It's Zack Snyder. The director that have Chris Pratt and Naomi Watts star with Gilbert Frey as Cubby, the talking Cubby. You sure your true calling isn't movie production? I'll have some people call your people and they'll all do lunch. But seriously.
Thank you.
Thanks. You didn't have to take that mess from me, but you did. I really appreciate it. I'll cover the floor a little extra while you go change, okay? We'll talk later. No problem. Be seeing you. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my cupcake. After a few minutes in the bathroom to change and wipe icing off my hands, I'm ready to go again. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with the crying kid by the skee ball machine. Oh, she's gone. Oh, crap. First he looks up briefly from clearing level 78 of Mopey. Looking for that girl. I think her parents took her home. Party turned sour for her, I suppose. Drat. I wasn't fast enough. You can't be everywhere at once, Ace. Cheer up, love. You're still doing better than the last guy who stood at the post. Second, I saw you deal with that obnoxious parent and with the cupcake war. You did well today. Seeing Gavin actually smile is weird, but I'm going to say no to praise from, but I'm not going to say no to praise from my sub-boss. Things seem to be cooling down. I suggest you take a few minutes in the break room while there's a wall in action. Ashley and I will handle things for now, and she can swap off when I come back. First he ducks out the conversation without actually moving anywhere. You're focusing on his game. I could use a few minutes, yeah. Thanks, Gavin. I'll be right back. I slip away, heading for the employee lounge. What a day. Quirky coworkers, die-hard pro gamers. Kids getting into violent situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wickedness, or some such cliche. But nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. Dropped down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs into the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back to try and work the kinks out of my sore shoulders and spot the upside down child. Doing some Spider-Man stuff. Oh, wait. I'm leaning backwards. I stood up and turned kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. And you're? Mikey? Okay, let's start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Ace. So what are you doing back here? This is an employees only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd he get in? The guy at the desk dropped this. It was a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh. Score 1 up for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction. Okay, but you can't stay back here. It's, well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
This is curious. I lean in, so we can be on the same eye level. Something's wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the guy who solves
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with your friends? He gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergarten.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city, and before that we lived in another city, and one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway, and then she left because she's got to work.
You kidding, Tom? He nods immediately. So I should have busted him there and then brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. I should have told Gavin I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. Okay, kid. I won't tell him. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company. Thanks. Really? You won't tell him my mom? Why? I thought you would want to make me go. You're an adult, like mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah. All over me? That sort of happened back when I was 10. Again and again. Moving from town to town. School to school. Never really making any friends in a few years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs and taking new ones. Worse ones. We'd be working all day long. They'd be working all day long. Too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get and go with the flow. What's it mean? It means, you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad. But you don't care. Just do what you have to do. Without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then, bit my tongue hard, because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Ace out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be an adult that little Ace would have needed. Your mommy loves you, that's why she loves you. You know your mommy loves you, Mikey. She loves you very, very much. When I was a kid, I was mad at my parents for moving all the time and taking different jobs. It made things very hard for me. But now that I'm older, I think they were working hard because they love me. They wanted the best for me. They were doing their best to get it. Life can be hard sometimes. It's just no fun. But there's one thing that's always there. Love. They love you. He shoots me a doubting look. One of those little doubting looks where they don't want to outright call something a lie. You can't quite swallow it. Mikey, if your mom was sad, what would you want to do to make her happy? I mean, if you had to go to school an extra 2 hours a day, would you do it? I guess. Well, that's what she's doing. She's working very hard because she wants to make you happy. I'm not happy being alone. I'm moving all the time. Neither is she. But she knows if she works hard, one day, you won't be alone. You won't be moving all the time. I was a new kid, remember? But now I have a home with my best friend, and good job. I work in an arcade. How cool is that? It wasn't easy. My parents were often sad. I was often sad. But we pulled through. And so will you. Just remember, she loves you. She loves you all, and you love her. That'll get you through the sad times. Well, it's not a great answer. It doesn't solve the problem. But it does make things a little easier on my kid. From his long sigh, I can feel him releasing his sadness before offering a little smile. Not a big goofy grin, not the high of happiness, just simple understanding. I don't know. It's sad a lot, but I know it's not always sad. And even if she left me here, I know she's coming back. Hey, you know what? You still got some time to enjoy the party. Even if you don't want to talk to the other kids. There's a lot of games you can play. And hey, maybe you'll get to know someone while playing a game. Arcades are great for that. I'm sure a lot of them have sad times too. And they could use someone to play with. Someone who understands.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to play the ski ball games. Let's buy you a few tokens. Let's get you one. I take his hand, lead him out to the main room. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. And that was entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago, 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. I couldn't afford them. And they couldn't take time off work. The whole Gray family had to learn to settle. To accept the lot in life we've been dealt. To simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mirror. I'd only known her for a few years. One of the few stable times in my life. She knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic. Surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I've been in a very, very long time. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, ace. My emotional voice analyzes subroutines combined with your body language suggests you're very happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? Totally silly. I mean, how did you know I'd love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's easy. I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements, a fun atmosphere, spirited co-workers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-reference your roommate's posts talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. A good friend that actually knows you like that. That's special. 47%.
99.97%.
I thought I was 99.97% sure. That if I said I was 99.97% sure, they were willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Jupiter for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, you know?
Hooray!
I try to be. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filled out by now. If they hadn't already fleed the tidal wave of kitties, my first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork. But that can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up. Or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone though. Who do I want to hang with? Oh, well. Let's go check on Rylan because we weren't able to save her from the cupcake splitter game. Naomi's prying gum out of the coin slot and looks ready to cry. Naomi's definitely looking like she could use a hand. Someone's jammed bright pink bubblegum into a coin slot and she's trying to clear the sticky mess out. How could they? How could they do this to a poor innocent little Hubert? Hey, need a hand? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, work on the second player slot for me. I've got swabs and stuff in my kit there. Grab what you need.
So frustrating.
Honestly, the nerve of those kids. No respect for all of these games. Games are like chew-proof, machine washable baby toys. Games aren't like chew-proof, machine washable baby toys. They're delicate and deserve love and care. But they are toys, right? Well, yeah, I mean, of course. Just, they're also works of art. I know not everybody sees it that way, but in the 80s, operators would just throw away games. They didn't perform well anymore. In the end, an arcade has to make money. That means using and abusing a game until it's time to put it to pasture. But I don't have to like it, right? The kids had a lot of fun. They're not all. Nothing justifies deliberately trashing a game like this. But it helps. The party was a success. Everybody had fun playing their wonderful games. So for every kid who hurt you, no dozen more would thank you. If they knew you were providing these great games and making sure they stayed playable.
Yeah!
Yeah. You're right. Kids aren't all bad, of course. I'm not really good with kids, not like Ashley, but if they learn to love games when they're young, they'll love them all their life, right? But I do have to be realistic. I know this isn't a museum. We aren't preserving priceless treasures for generations to come. Sometimes I treat it like my little private collection, but really, I do want people to play and enjoy these games, and that doesn't wear them down in time. As long as I'm here, I'll pick up a game when it wobbles on its feet, dust it off, straighten it up, and send it out there to be played with all over again. With the last of the gum pulled out of the slot, Naomi closes her toolbox. I should probably pull the coin mix entirely and give them a good clean tomorrow, but I don't want to leave the gum sitting overnight. I'm heading home soon. I'll see you tomorrow, right? Got it.
Woohoo!
Great. With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remaining of the day. Ace, good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss, sub-boss. Gavin will do. I say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so let's just assume you were as close to perfect as is reasonable. Unfortunately, the cost of cleaning our carpets and games after the cupcake assault will be a chunk of cheese. But I suppose you did all you could there. Normally, I'd have dealt with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I have only secondhand accounts of your performance there. But, allowing Queen BTO at the customer is questionable events. She's volatile. I'd rather you have handled that one on your own, I told. I'm not pleased that you sold our Moby for only $1,000, not $3,000 as I requested. Gavin, we only paid $200 for the game. I've been ripping a customer off a customer with exceptionally deep pockets and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. For anything, $3,000 is what we need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so. We'll be obsessed. What's more? Why is it still here? It's a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. I also don't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go, I'd say. Are you giving our poor little Ace a hard time? Gavin, dear? Miss Francis, I thought you were not.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dream matters, too, as does the dream of Percy. That poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy's stinking?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
I know you mean well. Wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat. What sacrifices made in that name which shatter the dreams of others with. That's not what the Funplex is all about. Ace, you understand, yes? The reason why I'm here? What's the question she asked me during the interview? Now I think I understand. It's a Funplex. A literal plex of fun. Naomi's fun is in caring for the game she loves. Percy's fun is chasing his dreams of a high score, and your fun is keeping every plate spinning going. Compromise, settling for what you can get. I know both by heart. I've been compromising my whole life. But that's behind me. I'm here to have fun, and I'm betting you are too. So,
Apologies.
Ace, Miss Francis, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know my heart. I need to on the side of idealism, even in my mind, if my mind screams to protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here, Ace? I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin pushes a nearby short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, and then mail them to me first thing in the morning. And welcome to the Funplex. Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure you fit in just fine, Ace. Ugh. One bus ride later, and it's home again. Home again, Jig. Jennifer's already home from work. Runs over eagerly to interrogate me on my game. So, how'd it go? It went well. Really well. Your little app came through, despite being terrifyingly and just a little bit unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear things worked out. And you even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard. Well, I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way, There's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you.
A question?
Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
Pizza. Bagels. Money. Did I neglect to mention that part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey, look, you want a prize? You'll get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden things. Now let's check the score. Looks like you and Ashley are having some good times. You're proven to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. So you scored 6,150 points. Nice. Keep talking with people. Your score will go up. Base pizza fact is Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to